Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and my other channels, which are down there in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're real. If you're not, you need a life. And also share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. You know what to do with it. Stick that bell up somebody's ass. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. If you do, you're SOL. And you know what that means. Ha ha ha. That's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you wish. And all that other good stuff. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss a beat. And if you do, you lost. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. It's Thursday afternoon, late Thursday afternoon, getting close to Thursday evening. Here in the Northeast. Another hot, humid day. It felt like 105 today. Ugh. And I had to go to I had a half day of work today. I had to go to the doctor for just a checkup. And checkup. I got a checkup. I got a blood test today, EKG, because I wanted to check my heart rate. Everything is good in the hood, so that's all that matters. So now I'm back on my vitamins. They gave my doctor gave me some B12. I have to get B12 over the counter, and they give me a B complex, and I got a B2 shot, B12 shot, I think. Some type of vitamin shot I usually have to get every month. So I got that, and that's it. And then I got my prescription vitamins that I have to. One I have to take weekly. I have to take the B complex pills every day for the next month, and I get my refills and everything. I'm good. So I ain't done yet. But it is what it is. That's pretty much it. All right. Hope everybody had a great Thursday. Getting pretty close to the middle of July already. Sun's starting to creep back, when we hit around the middle of July, the sun still goes down around 8:45, like right near 9 o'clock, but then as we get into August, it gets down to about 8 o'clock, and then September, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then by the time we hit the beginning of November, we have to change the clocks back an hour, so the sun will go down at around 5 o'clock. And then, from November all the way up until about March, the sun will be starting to go back up again, and the same cycle with daylight savings time and all that other shit. So we're on the second half of 2023. Like I said, the days are going to start getting shorter as we get into August and September. The summer will be over by Labor Day, but. So, we still got a long way to go. We got another 8.5, 9 weeks left of summer, officially of summer. Unofficially, I should say, before Labor Day. So, we got about 9 weeks left. So, I'm going to hopefully make this summer a memorable one. And, I'm going to be gone for about a couple weeks. Coming up in 10 days. 10 days till my official mental break / vacation. So I will be incommunicado for 2 weeks. No videos. I might chime in with a community post just to let everybody know I'm okay, and I'll be back in about a week and a half or so, whatever. But I would have took I would have took this earlier, but I felt like the summertime would have been is best because a lot of people go away anyway during the summer, and we got all that. So got some more videos coming by this weekend, and all next week. My final video will be Saturday night for Collision, and then that'll be it. And then I will be back July the 30th with my NXT Great American Bash predictions and hopefully the review the same night, or I'll do it on the 31st before Monday Night Raw, and we'll get back to a normal schedule after that, and then we'll just keep going. So we might make a little pit stop in about a week and a half from now, but the train will be back on the tracks, going full speed ahead. That's pretty much it. Alright, enough about that bull funky. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite! Yes! Review for July the 5th, 2023 from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So AEW is finishing up their Canada tour on Saturday with Collision in Regina, not Virginia, but Regina, Canada. And then we're back into the States next week with the Prudential Center show from Newark, New Jersey. And then after that, Blood and Guts 3 from that shithole in Boston, Massachusetts. So we got all that. Alright, so as always, our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur. We got Tony Baloney Schiavone, the man that he is, at ringside. On commentary. And Taz Riddick. Alright. So, pretty good show. We had the start of the Blind Eliminator Tournament to see who crowns a new number one contender to whoever has the tag team belts, whether it be FTR or somebody else. So, we got all that. So, we had a couple of matches in that tournament. And we also had a women's Owen Hart tournament match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. I guess Ruby Soho. And we had all that. And let's talk about it and we move on. Alright, so we start off Dynamite with the opening sequence. Then we go backstage to Renee Paquette, who's talking to Darby Allin. How you guys doing? I come from Seattle. And Keith Lee. And they're going to be on opposite sides. Keith Lee will team up with his former best friend, Swerve Strickland, former tag team champions, as Darby Allin faces another guy named Orange Cassidy, the all international champion, in the first round of the tournament. So Darby tells Keith to do something to make himself dominant again. He's like, pull your head out of your ass and take this seriously, or you can just sit on the apron and cry about it. So Keith is like, this guy. Anyway, so that was pretty much it. Alright, so we get to the match. Match was great. Fabulous first match. Starts with Keith Lee and Darby. Keith Lee just like grabs Darby and launches him into the air, and took about 5 seconds to come back down. And then he starts doing those Grizzly Adam chops to both men. I mean, he was beating the shit out of them. And then Swerve comes in for a little bit. And then we get a Tower of Doom spot on the outside, in the corner. That was pretty nice. Then after that, Darby is still underneath them as Keith Lee put Darby underneath the steps, and then he started going up the steps as Darby's underneath it. Ah! Damn, that was sick. But anyway, go back in, get a Stun Dog Millionaire by OC. which sets up a Canadian destroyer in Canada by Darby. Goes for the cover. Swerve makes the save with a 450, but he hit Keith Lee by accident. But, Swerve was like, I meant to do that. So really, they weren't going to be teaming much. But anyway, so OC hit DDT Swerve, hits a diving DDT on Keith Lee on the floor, which left Darby, the legal man, to grab the Last Supper on Swerve. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy are your winners. They move on into the semifinals of the tournament. We'll see who they face next. And that's pretty much it. So, pretty decent match. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Very good match. Lots of fun. The crowd was hyped for it. And that's it. We move on. Alright, after that, we get a very good video for Nick Wayne. If you don't know who Nick Wayne is, no, he's not related to Bruce Wayne, Batman. But Nick Wayne, who was in GCW for a little bit, he was also in Defy Wrestling, where he got the contract from Darby. So they show that. They show a little bit of GCW. But he's an 18-year-old prodigy who has signed on to AEW. We don't know when he's going to be appearing on Dynamite or Rampage or even Collision. But it's imminent. So Darby says, I knew Nick when he was a kid and helped him get signed. So a nice little vignette for Nick Wayne coming your way on AEW television. He is good. He's damn good. That's all I gotta say about that. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we gotta look back at Hook chasing Jungle Boy off last week. So then we get Jungle Boy coming in, and he wants an FTW title shot against Hook, who comes in and they start fighting, and once again Jungle Boy jumps in the car and then escapes again. So we get all that, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with that and when that match will take place. But this feud between Jungle Boy and Hook, I think it's going to be good. Not that Jungle Boy's going to, he'll probably win the FTW title, but that doesn't really mean shit. But it is what it is. That's that. Alright, then we get to a great segment with MJF, Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, the AEW World Champ. We see him and Adam Cole being announced as they're going to team up, but they're not liking it. And then they're like, then we see, with them and Roddy last week. I'm like, can we hang out, on the weekend? Sure, bro. Okay. So then we go to the gym where MJF is talking outside the gym, and Adam Cole's like, hey, you're going to come in and lift weights with me? What are you doing out there, asshole? So then we see him in the gym. We see MJF, pumping some iron. And Cole's like, oh, that's great, you're doing good. Doesn't even give 2 shits. And then after MJF is done with his reps, we see this big, fat man. And they start making fun of him. He says, you know who he reminds me of? And then they both go, Schiavone! Tony Schiavone. You're like, oh, come on. Why do you have to hit him? Why do you have to mess with my buddy? Come on, dude. Come on. Not that fat. But I digress. So they, it was funny. They're hanging out. They're laughing. They're like a team. They're like Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. The 2-man power trip in TNA. What was it called? The bad attitude, or I forgot what they were called in TNA. Or Austin and Triple H, the two-headed power trip, the 2-man power trip. This is what basically MJF and Cole are. The AEW version of those two groups. So that's what they are. So then we see Cole, lifting weights, and MJF's like, holy shit, dude! Because natural, not steroids. But I digress. So, So we see that doesn't go pretty well, and then they start making fun of Shivani, and then that's pretty much it. Pretty much it for the segment. So pretty funny segment. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that was pretty much it. All right, after that, we go to our next match as we go back to the arena in Edmonton with a 6-man tag team match. We had The Blade, Pepper Parks, whatever you want to call them, and the Bollywood Boys. I call them the Barrio Boys for some odd reason. They take on The Acclaimed of Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. Sesame, mommy ass! Yes. Alright, this was a pretty basic match, nothing great, little cooldown period. The Acclaimed beat the fuck out of these jobbers, and Max Caster comes off the top rope with a mic drop on Gerv of the Bollywood Boys. Remember them? They used to be the henchmen for Jinder My Balls. But it is what it is. So, the Acclaim get the win. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. After the match, the beautiful, the vivacious, one sexy piece of ash. That's Harley Cameron, or Danny L, for you people who don't know who she really is. She pops up on the screen looking fabulous. She basically says she's going to prove her talents with a video next week. What kind of talents? Don't answer that. So, we're going to see that. And then Billy Gunn gets on the mic and says, well, I only got 2 words for that video. Suck it! And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with Harley Cameron's rapping ability or some type of video. I hope maybe it's a sexy video, but I digress on that. And we move on. Alright, then we see Eddie Kingston winning the New Japan Strong Openweight title in Japan earlier yesterday. Well, really today, but yesterday. Well, when it was Thursday in Japan. Now it's Friday because it's a day later. So we see that Eddie beating Kenta for the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Very emotional. Eddie Kingston, Homicide was there hugging him, and even during the post-match promo, he was crying like a bitch. So we see that. So congratulations to Eddie. Finally wins a belt. Took him a long time for that. We'll move on. And speaking of his good buddy, Jon Moxley, he talks about how him and Eddie have known each other for a long time. We see a lot of ICW stuff. A lot of old school 2009, 2012 stuff from the times in the indie scene, CCW, IWA, I think it was. Some good stuff. Then whatever. They were beating the fuck out of each other. So basically, we know each other a long time. We've gotten more out of wrestling than anybody could have ever hoped for. But now, Eddie, you need to answer the phone. So that situation still continues on, and I don't know what's going to happen. But we'll see. And that's that. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see Matt Hardy in the back with Renee Paquette and that other, that, I don't remember his name, James or whatever his name. He's at the bingo thing, rolling up the names of people in the tournament. So Matt Hardy's like, oh, please give me Jeff. Please give me Jeff. Please give me Jeff. So the guy opens up the little thing, picks up the piece of paper, and he's like, well, is it Jeff? Is it my brother Jeff? He goes, yeah, it's Jeff. And then Matt's like, oh, it's Jeff Hardy. No, Jeff Jarrett. Matt's like, oh, fuck. See, I like this blind eliminator tournament. It feels like Battle Bowl from Starrcade 93, where enemies are on the same team, friends and enemies, weird tag teams. Sting would fight, would wrestle with Terry Funk or something like that, or Sting and Cactus Jack would be a team. I mean, Ric Flair and Sting would be a team. It'd be weird, but it was a great concept for Starrcade. didn't have it for. I don't even think they had it maybe like a couple of times. But glad Tony Khan brought this concept back because it's very good. Like Adam Cole and MJF are teaming. You never thought that would happen. Now they're best buddies. You know. You have Orange Cassidy and Darby. Kind of weird. Swerve and Keith Lee, who hate each other. So I like this concept. I like it. So we move on. Alright, so Matt Hardy and Jeff Jarrett are a team, and we'll see what happens with them on Rampage and Collision with those matches. And that's that. Then we have, oh no, not this guy, Wheeler Yuta with a promo about hurting Kenny Omega. Yeah. Wheeler Yuta's the type of guy that thinks he will hurt somebody, but really, in turn, he hurts himself. That's the type of guy that he is. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to the ring with the Wizard, Le Champion, Chris Jericho. And, you know, he's back in Canada, not in his hometown, because he's from Winnipeg. So he thanks the fans for big ovation, and then he says, you know, I've had a lot of big losses over the last few months. You know, maybe it's time to change it up a little bit. You know, then he talks about his career started in Edmonton. And then he brings up, like, Stu Hart. And the fans like, boo! And he's like, why would you boo Stu Hart? I mean, like, seriously, why? You fucking marks. Why would you boo him? He created Stampede Pro Wrestling. Where do you think all these, like, the British Bulldogs came from? Brian Pillman, Owen Hart, the late great Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Jericho from the Stu Hart Dungeon, and all these other guys that were there. How do you boo Stu Hart? I don't understand that. So anyway, Jericho says, I want to change and be the best Jericho I can be. And then Don Callis comes out. And, well, he got the Dominic Guerrero treatment. Nobody booing galore, and nobody could hear what he's saying. Talks about how he set up Jericho versus Kenny at Wrestle Kingdom 16. And, you know, Don's like, oh, we had a 34-year friendship and everything. You know, blah, blah, blah. So Don basically offers him a spot in his family, in his little faction. And Jericho's like, I don't join factions. I make them, meaning the Jericho Appreciation Society, the Inner Circle, blah blah blah. So Chris is like, well, I have one word for your little offer there, Don. Maybe. So Don's like, is he gonna join up with me? Am I fighting against Kenny Omega? I don't know. So we will see what happens with that. So I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we got a great video for CM Punk and Samoa Joe for this Saturday night live in Regina, Canada. We see a lot of Ring of Honor stuff from back in the day, the Summer of Punk stuff. Great shit, and I was there for it. I remember that whole thing. I was only there for, I think, it was the second or third match. There was one that was in the Northeast. I forget which one. I think it was the second or third one. But, man, they beat the fuck out of each other. And Punk could not beat Samoa Joe when he was Ring of Honor champion. When Joe was champion. Could not beat him that whole summer. That's what made Samoa Joe, CM Punk, the greatest feud in 2006, I believe. Great shit. Now, we see it again in 2023. It's going to come to a head on Collision in the semifinals of the tournament. You know, Punk saying that I'm going to finally beat you, Joe. Joe's like, it's going to be the same old song and dance. So, we'll see what happens. I think Punk is winning this tournament. I think it's already set in stone that he's winning this tournament. I think he's going to beat Powerhouse Will Hobbs in the finals at Blood and Guts on July 19th. So, we got that. So, we'll get his little bitty belt. And then we'll see what happens with him as we go into All In and then All Out. That's that. So, we got a video on that. And then we got a video on Hobbs and Ricky Starks, which will be on Saturday. That's that. Alright, then we get a recap of Samoa Joe laying out Roddy on Collision last week, putting him, like driving him into that chair neck first. Then Roddy got stretchered out. So we get an update on Roddy, and he's wearing a neck brace. Doc Sampson's looking in on him, and he's like, well, I can't medically clear you. It might take a little bit more time. And Roddy's like, I can go, let me wrestle. So then Adam Cole, baby, comes in, check on his good buddy. He says, maybe you should take a couple more weeks off, because I'm concerned. And then he gets a text from MJF about using a double clothesline as their finisher in the match. And Roddy's like, yeah, I don't know. I think Roddy's going to do something, like he's going to turn on Adam Cole again. Or Cole, I think Cole turned on Roddy right before Cole left NXT. So we got that, and we move on. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So then we get to the Blind Eliminator Tag Tournament first round match. MJF and Adam Cole, baby, taking on The Butcher and Matt Maynard. And do you want to know what makes his nipples hard? Just ask him. Go to his YouTube channel, he'll let you know. But I digress. This was pretty, funny match. MJF and Cole did not miss a beat. Feels like they teamed for like years. But anyway, we go to break. We come back. MJF pokes Maynard right in the eye, Roddy Piper style. Brings in Adam Cole to come in and clean house. MJF calls for the double clothesline, but Cole's like, no, I'm not going to do that shit. He hits the boom on Matt Maynard. 1, 2, 3. MJF and Adam Cole, baby, go on to the semifinals. And I think they're going to win this tournament. And then they'll probably win the tag team belts from probably FTR. And then, we got the 2-man power trip. And then one of them is going to turn probably right before All In or All Out. And then we're going to get MJF, Adam Cole, 2 for the title. I would probably do it at All In. But then we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. After the match, MJF puts Cole over. And Cole's like, alright, don't worry, I'm not impressed. So they're going to team together one more time. And then MJF's like, hold on there, Adam. I got one thing to say. Happy birthday! So it's Adam Cole's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to my boy, Adam Cole, baby. 34 years old. So we have screamers, we have people bringing out a cake. And Cole's kind of like confused. So then MJF says, hey, make a wish. So Adam Cole does that, and in between, like MJF's like, I'm gonna push his head in the cake. So Cole makes his wish, and then MJF tries to push his face in the cake, but Cole reversed it, and MJF gets the cake right in the face. Not the first time he's got stuff on his face, right? Not that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. But we move on. So Cole gets a little measure of revenge, a little, nice stuff in that, with that shit. And we move on. So, and then Adam Cole's like, well, Max, thanks for the cake. And, thanks a lot, buddy. Pat him on the back. So, I like this. I was very entertained by this whole thing with them. They have great chemistry in the ring and outside the ring, with the promos. The promos are great. I liked it. So, the match itself was, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, but the aftermath, I'm giving 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just great shit. Let me move on. Alright, we gotta finish this up. Alright, so after that, we got Britt Baker, baby. She doesn't like Ruby Soho, saying she's taken everything Britt cares about. Ruby hasn't taken her pride, and Britt is ready to beat her, and she shows off the belt from last year. So we got that. Then we go to Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. They want an explanation from Chris Jericho, but they're told that they're going to be teaming together in the tournament. Jericho's all happy about that. Tells him go win it without him because he can't be with them forever. So is he going to join Don Callis? Well, what's going to happen with the Jericho Appreciation Society? Are they going to be fully broken up now? Another great faction gone like the Inner Circle? So we'll see what happens with that. So both segments I gave 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to the death slot. Ruby Soho and Britt Baker, rematch from the last year's finals. So we had Saraya Knight and Toni Storm at ringside. Pretty good, pretty decent match. It was kind of sloppy at times, but in the end, Britt locks in the lockjaw, but Saraya pulls Ruby to the floor. Britt beats all of them up, but when she goes back in, she gets Ruby rolls her up with a handful of panties. 1, 2, 3. Ruby Soho goes to the semifinals where she will face Sky Blue, who comes out after and then beats the fuck out of Ruby Soho and all that good shit. And that's that. All right, so match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Here we move on. All right, then we go to your main event of the evening. Wheeler Yuta taking on Kenny, by God, Omega, in his hometown of Canada. And it was a pretty decent match. Back and forth they went. Don Callis comes out for a distraction. Takeshita comes out. Takeshita comes out. Hits a Blue Thunder Bomb. And then Wheeler Yuta hits a splash. Goes for the cover. Hits 2. Kenny then catches him on the top rope. Hits One Winged Angel. 1, 2, 3. 15.5-minute match. Kenny gets the win. Obviously in his hometown. So Kenny gets the win. Match I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, we get a big beat down. Claudio comes in. Claudio Castagnoli, the Ring of Honor champion. So basically a 3-on-1 beat down, and then the Young Bucks and the Cowboy, Hangman Adam Page, about to do some cowboy shit. They all come in with chairs. They take care of Takeshita and Wheeler Yuta, and they hit the BTE trigger on Claudio. Then Adam Page is about to really smash a chair right over Claudio's head. Then the Dark Order come out and stop him, and they start arguing. And then we just cut to black, go right to black. But if you have fight, the Dark Order continue to yell at Adam Page, and then they leave because we're going to see the Elite, the Young Bucks, against the Dark Order again, this time on Rampage this weekend. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for my video. I gave Dynamite a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section. And that's all I got to say about that. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back maybe later tonight with my Ring of Honor review for another episode. We'll talk about that later tonight. And then we got tomorrow night, we got SmackDown from Madison Square Garden, the tribal court for the tribal chief, and we got all that. And Rampage tomorrow night, then we got the Collision on Saturday. So that's all I got to say about that. Alright, everybody, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace.